Blaze here. Today I'm going to be making part 1 of my medicine cat herbs in jars. So I'm going to be making 16 of them. In part 2 I'll make the other ones, and I apologize because I do have a cold, so you can just follow on by watching and then listen to music if you don't want to listen to my annoying voice. And my camera didn't record me making these first 2, so I'll just real quickly show you how I made those, and then I will get into more detail once I make these ones. So let's go. And also, oh wow, that sounded really weird. Okay, and also these will be on my Etsy account. First we have borage leaves, and these I just took little blue flowers I got in this little container. And these are great for nursing queens because it helps supply their milk and also brings down fever. There's burdock root, which I just got miniature twigs and cut them so they could fit in this little jar. And they cure infections and are put on rat bites. Next up is catmint, and it's the best cure for green cough. I'm just going to use catnip because catmint is the same thing as catnip. You can also buy stuff that looks like this at craft stores for pretty cheap, or for even cheaper you can just go outside and get dried leaves and crack them up into little small pieces like this. Next I am doing chervil, and it is best for belly aches and infected wounds. It has white flowers, which I got from this black flower container, so I know they're supposed to be white, but these are close enough to white, and they don't use the flowers a lot, they more use the leaves. So I grabbed just a couple of little flowers, and then I'm just going to get a watercolor piece of paper, and with that watercolor paper I'm just going to take multiple shades of green and just watercolor it on. Once that's dried, cut out leaf shapes or use a hole punch. Or you can use fake miniature leaves that you got from the store. So next is cobwebs. It's used to stop bleeding, so it's kind of like a band-aid. You can use little plush, but I don't really like that because it doesn't look realistic. What I like is either white string or lace and cut off like this close knitted part. You could also use real cobweb or a cobweb from a Halloween store. Next up is Coltsfoot. It is helped if they have a shortness of breath, and they are yellow flowers like dandelions, so you can get yellow flowers from the store, so I'm just using these flowers. And since I use these flowers so much in this video, I'll leave the link where I got them in the description below. Oh wow, that was great. Real good at this. And if it's just temporary, you could do real flowers, but I wouldn't recommend that because like you can only basically use it once. And also, you can use these star glitters I have. So here I have yellow star glitters. I also have this container of star glitters that would be pretty close to yellow flowers. Next up is Comfrey. It can be used to soothe wounds or broken bones. And once again, it is a flower, and it has a purple and pink buds on it, so I'm just going to be using these two again. I was just dumping them out, and look at this deformed flower. It's like a T. Oh, I'm trying to... Here. So whoever ends up buying this will get a deformed flower in their kit. And boop. Next up is Dock, and it soothes scratches, and it's basically a chewed up leaf, so I'm going to use catnip and some add-ins. So here's the catnip, and now I'm just going to take random bits of moss and rip it up really tiny. Here is the Dock. I'm going to put this back there. Next, I'm making dry oak leaves that stops infections, and it's pretty simple. Just go outside, find an oak leaf that is dry. It's easier in the fall. And either you can use a leaf-shaped hole punch, or you can just crumble it up into pieces and stick it in the jar. Next, I am doing Goldenrod, and it is a yellow flower that helps heal infections. And since I've already used these yellow flowers for a different one, I'm going to get different types of yellow flowers. I have this small pack of pink and yellow flowers laying around, so I'm just going to use the yellow flowers. And here it is. Here I made some sticky slime, and please remember I'm not like a slime channel, so I'm not really good at slime, but it doesn't have to look good because I'm going to mix in some yellow glitter and yellow beads to make it look more like honey. And here's what I ended up with, so yeah, I'm just going to put that in the jar. I'm really disappointed with how this turned out, but you know what? It's good enough. I was going to use real honey, but I thought that might expire or might end up weird, so I didn't. Next is Horsetail, which treats infected wounds, and it is a tall plant, so I'm going to use this little flower bouquet, and I'm going to use the wires and cut them up and make them into little stems to make this. So here's a wire I got from one of the flowers. I'm just going to kind of twist it up and bend it and fit it into the little jar. I'm also using little tangly moss. Next, I am making Juniper Berries, and they help cats who have trouble breathing, and they are little purple berries, and they have dark green leaves. I have little purple balls laying around, so that's what I'm going to use for the berries. I have this little thing I got in a moss collection. I'm going to use this for the jar. Here's the finished Juniper Berries. Next, I am doing Lavender, and they are small purple flowers. I have both of these purple flowers. I'm going to use a mix of both of them, but I'm going to use mostly these ones in the back because I've already used these purple flowers in a different one. There's another misformed flower, so whoever's buying this set will get 2 misformed flowers. And here's the finished lavender. In this container, one of the most used things, mouse bile, and I'm not using real mouse bile. I'm just taking some glue and a bunch of herbs and just mix them together. I'm going to put them in that container. So this was a little hard because I didn't want to put actual water in there because if the person tried to open it up, it'd spill everywhere. Like, glue is still pretty messy, but not as messy as water, I guess, in a way. My camera turned off, but I made poppy seeds out of glitter and pepper. Oh, hello. Welcome to the Medicine Cat Den. I've got flowers and leaves and berries. I've got everything you could need. Got ticks in your fur? I've got throw up to rub in that.